All right, so your dancing West Coast swing is the leader, you're leading the patterns, and your follower is following them but completing the pattern without you really leading it, right? So who's right or who's wrong? Megan said when we started to make this video, you're not going to make it all about the follower's fault, are you? And I said, of course not. Here's an illustration. If I dance a whip with an inside turn, 1, 2, and Megan just completes the inside turn all by herself, right? It works if it's the inside turn, but it feels not so good to me, right? It also creates a problem because if Megan stays connected properly, then I have all sorts of options that I can lead. So that's why if you are a leader and you're dancing the patterns and the followers just going through the moves, that's good in the beginning, but it's going to be a problem moving on. So let's talk through this piece by piece. First things first, the followers do need to know their footwork, right?
Yes.
Because I can't lead everything. Here's the example that I use. If you have learned every single 6-count pattern known to man, and you're unaware that there's an 8-count whip, there's no way for me to lead the 8-count whip. So the followers have to learn the footwork. So that's level 1. But the second thing, and it's tricky, how do we sort this out? I'm going to use a left side pass to illustrate. If Megan knows the left side pass and she just does I initiate it and she goes all the way through it, that's great. But if she does that automatically, she goes, oh my God, that's a left side pass, and she leads the left side pass, and I lead the turn, it's not going to work. So here's the solution. It's not the easiest thing, but it is a very useful way to think about it. Think about the moves in 2-beat increments. So if Megan goes, I'm being led, 1, 2, but I have to pay a little bit of attention on 2. What happens is, as the leader, 1, 2, now I have a moment. She's given me just a second that I can prep her and lead a turn, right? So let's do that again. Left side pass, we begin it. She goes 1, 2, and she goes, okay, nothing else is going on. Left side pass, off we go. She goes 1, 2, she feels a prep. Okay, inside turn, triple step. So on one hand, I do want the follower to complete what I'm leading, but I don't want her to complete the whole pattern, him or her, because we now have guys that follow, which is totally cool. Here's another example, the whip with an inside turn. We talked about that, right? In the beginner class, we go 1, 2, 1, 2. Then the follower goes 3 and 4, 3 and 4, right? The problem with the whip is this. Now there's not so much space for me to lead different variations. So the whip is a little bit different, and this comes to the concept of the follower is going to do what?
Go in the direction until told otherwise?
Until told otherwise. So if I were to lead Megan this way, in theory, she comes this way forever until I stop her. And she goes back the other way forever until I stop her. So in a whip, this is kind of fun. We teach this quite a bit. The end of the whip is the end of where I've sent you. 3 and, right? So she's at the end on 3 and. So as the follower, you're going to hang back there. You know you're probably in a whip, so that gives me the opportunity to lead the rest of the whip. And it looks better, right? Also gives me the opportunity to lead variations of the whip. 1, 2, 3, and I start to get the hand ready to lead my variations. Does that make sense? And the third one, that this is applicable as you're moving to kind of an intermediate level, right? All the way to advanced. If we're thinking 2-beat increments, here's the easy version of the pattern, free spin. Perfect, awesome. So Megan goes, okay, this is a free spin, and she goes all the way around, let's go my hand, because that's what she learned. But now I don't get to lead other versions of that pattern. Here's the first level, as we level this up. 1, 2. She goes, okay, I'm connected. She rolls in 3 and 4. That's the next 2-beat increment. She's connected again, and we anchor step. Now, Megan could just do that. She could learn the move and go 1, 2. She completes the move all by herself, kind of doesn't need me, and that move works. But what happens next? Is that a problem? Well, if I'm just intending to dance that move, it's not a big deal. It actually makes me feel great. But it prevents me from going 1, 2. She's connected. 3 and 4. She's connected. Now I learned something from a Brian B video where I'm going to roll her out of the anchor into something else, right? So at a little bit of a higher level, the followers want to, I learned this from Damon D'Amico. He also has a YouTube channel, teaches quite a bit of West Coast and two-step, and he said something that I think is brilliant. Followers, you never want to anticipate your moves. And he said, I want you to anticipate every step you take, just don't act too quick. Meaning, I want Megan to know that there's a left side pass. I want her to know that there's a free spin option. I want her to know that there's a roll in and a roll out and all these other cool options. And then we can switch spots on the anchor. I want her to kind of be aware of all that stuff, but I'm not sure which version I'm leading. So I want her to be aware of all those things and develop her skills, but I don't want her to act too quick. And the best way for the followers is 2-beat increments. 1, 2, have a little bit of moment. 3 and 4, there's a moment. 5 and, ooh, I'm pulling her out. 6, that's a moment. 7 and 8, that's a moment. Anchor, step, that's a moment. So hopefully that answers the question and helps you level up your dancing. Hey gang, we did this video by request by one of our members over on our website. So if you're not a member of West Coast Swing Online, Social Dance Online, because we teach 18 different dance styles over there, you definitely want to do that. Because one of the features we have is a community feature where you can write in and ask questions, and we will prioritize and either share videos we already have, because there's probably about 1,100 of them, or we'll make a video to answer your specific question. So head on over to West Coast Swing Online, click on the videos tab, I'll leave the link right here, and you can peruse everything. Try it 14 days free and check out the community section where you can engage and ask your questions to myself, Miss Emily, and Miss Megan.